somebody asked Mike McCarthy, hey, man, just kind of give us a general feel about Anthony Barr and what you think about him. Mike McCarthy said this.
Well, Anthony's he's actually here. I had a chance to see him earlier in the training room, so he's still going through the medical process. So I don't have anything final to report, but exciting player. Was always a challenge competing against him. So I think he'd be an excellent fit for us.
And that's something I forgot about, too. Mike McCarthy being a Green Bay guy, he has run into Anthony Barr a lot, you know what I mean? So he's very familiar with the player. Not that we care what Mike McCarthy really thinks about Anthony Barr. This is really more so of a Dan Quinn conversation. It's always interesting to get the head coach's thoughts on, because I'm sure they had to run this by him. But, me and Will still talked about this the other day. You just have to imagine like how much clout these coaches have in the free agent room or in the draft room now. We was on the social media machines yesterday, Twitter to be exact. We were just having a conversation, man. Like, this defense is quite literally, a fusion dance of Atlanta dudes and like Vikings dudes and Cowboys dudes. Like, there's a three-way fusion. Like, two people did the fusion dance, and then they did the earring joints, and then they just became this one defense of those elements from the George Edwards Vikings or from the Dan Quinn Falcons or whatnot, right? So I think it's interesting, that little dynamic that we have this all-star team of three defenses. When I say all-star, I mean that incredibly lightly, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Here's Mike McCarthy with another clip of him responding to people asking about Anthony Barr.
Well, I think when you look at packages, and how we feature Mike, I think it gives you another weapon, and another excellent player both on and off the ball. So I think when you get in and out of packages, as you build your system for a 17-game season, I know the defensive staff is really excited to have another piece.
So I think this is important because yesterday me and Will Steele was having a conversation. Boy, I miss that guy. I miss that guy when it comes to production. We was talking yesterday. We was kind of thinking about the idea, and it was all a live reaction yesterday, right? So we was thinking, man, like, is Anthony Barr going to be a dude that's cool with coming off the bench? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be a dude that's fine rotating? Like, is there something in his contract that's going to make him like automatic starter? And when you listen to everybody talk about it, whether it be Dan or Will McClay, Mike McCarthy, you hear those guys talk about Anthony Barr. They use that word a bunch. They say package. You know what I mean? They say package, and they, we'll move him around. We'll see. The more versatility you got in the package, you know what I mean? We'll move some guys. We'll see what happens. Micah can do this in this particular package because Anthony Barr is there. You understand what I'm saying? So I think all that's important when we're trying to break down the role of Anthony Barr. I just dropped that link to the shop in the chat box, by the way. If y'all want the volume 306 joints, y'all go hit that link and go check it out. Voch is like Wolverine with the picture frame right now. What you mean? I'm like Wolverine with the picture. You talking about Josie Wales right here? That ain't Wolverine, it's Josie Wales. What you mean? Wolverine with the meme of him laying down in the bed looking at the picture frame. I got you, sir. I got you. I apologize. Hey, we miss Will still, bro. Safe travels and all that. Can't wait to see him in Oxnard. That's my guy for real. Mike McCarthy, let me ask you some more shit about Anthony Barr.
Well, let's make sure we get to the final part. But like I said, I think he's a good fit, and he gives us a lot of flexibility, to get in and out of defensive personnel as a both on the ball and off the ball player. Personnel,
flexibility. Those little buzzwords, right? And I think that's important, man. Think about in-game package, right? In case y'all don't know, in-game package, that's something that it's a name that I dubbed. I don't know what they call it. They probably call it, I don't know, honey butter chicken biscuits or like whatever they call it, but it's the package when it's like a third down package. It's, people would look at it and liken it to a NASCAR type package. They'll use that wording and they'll be like, all right, we're just going to take all the ends. So it'll be 6 defensive ends on the field and they'll all be pass rushing, or it'll be 5 defensive ends and Neville Gallimore in the middle. You see what I'm saying? It's basically a way to utilize people's flexibility up front, right? So D-Law, who's a guy that's normally playing the edge, he can come come down and play 3-tech and give Basham an opportunity to rush from somewhere. He can rush from B-gap. Or we have Micah that can rush from linebacker, or he can rush from the edge. Anthony Barr is another guy like that can make your in-game package interesting. And I think Anthony Barr is not a guy that's going to be sideline to sideline athlete anymore. I don't think he's going to be that dude for you. But I think, he's going to be solid in the run game, and I think he's going to be a solid player moving forward. And I don't mean moving forward like into the future. I mean moving forward in a sense of not dropping backwards, but in football, pass rushing, moving forward is what I'm saying. So I can see Barr getting, more reps as a pass rusher. And if that's the package that we end up using him in, if we use him as a pass rusher, you just got to ask yourself, hey, would you rather have Anthony Barr or like Terrell Basham or something rushing? You know what I mean? So I think it's all healthy, man. I think it's all healthy. Shouts out to Joe Sandberg, man. He's definitely telling y'all the truth. Please get them likes up. We not doing nothing else. He talked about Jabril Cox. We're not ready for that one yet. Let's go to Will McClay and see what he had to say about Anthony Barr here. Will McClay is right here. Anthony Barr, 3-4. Cool. Back.
I think we let DQ go in the lab and see how you use that. I think
we let it. Come on, Will McClay.
Defensively.
I think we let DQ go in the lab and see how you use that. I mean, what he is a very quality player that has done, can do a number of different things. And the way that the game is played now, offenses try and be versatile. Defenses combat that with trying to be versatile and playing that chess match there. So I think that he's very good at doing that. And the more pieces you have, the more multiple you can be defensively, causing offense problems.
The more pieces you have, the more multiplicity you can have on your defense. Basically alluding to what I just told you. If you can move guys all over the place, that's going to be hard matchup wise for these offenses to kind of deal with. You understand? So like when we line up in week 1 versus Tom Brady, and bro, there's no excuse for us not to attack Tom Brady. Will still has that fantastic stat that he loves to bring to the table. He talks about last year Micah Parsons dropped back in coverage 29 times versus Tom Brady. He's going to be moving forward. We're going to chase this old ass man in his geriatric legs, right? And then sometimes you could be like, well, but Voch, if we're doing all this pass rushing, we're bringing these guys, wouldn't that take away from coverage? I mean, technically, but you're blitzing with a dude that could be a coverage guy, Like if Tom Brady's reading the defense and he sees DeMarcus Lawrence, there's no question what DeMarcus Lawrence is doing. He's probably going to be pass rushing. 9 times out of 10 he's going to be pass rushing. That 1 out of 10 he could be dropping back in coverage, but 9 out of 10 he's going to be rushing forward. Micah dropping back, Barr dropping back, that number's a little different. There's a lot more chance that those dudes can drop back. So the more ambiguity we can give you, the more little nonsense that we can throw up against the wall for the offense to try to think about. That's just going to be beneficial to us in a long run. So that is that. Now let's get to the Dan Quinn response to signing Anthony Barr. He said this one on 105.3 The Fan. Dan Quinn tells us a little bit about Anthony Barr and what you think about him.
The team.
And as we're going, so we won't be able to get into a lot on him. He's still doing the physical and that kind of stuff this morning. So respectfully, we'll probably nail that once we get to him. And but from a ball player, it's an easy fit with scheme, length, how to feature somebody in that spot. But we'll wait till we get all the stuff squared away before the team can let that rip.
All right.
Hey, man, you ain't got to try to slide that little slick comment, though, Dan Quinn. You ain't got to be all like, well, he's still doing his physical. We have no idea what we're going to do with Anthony Barr when he gets here. But then, like, your very next comment was, boy, he fast and he long, ain't he? Goddamn. Speed and length. Speed and length. Look, let me tell you something, Dan Quinn, you don't have to lie to me, sir. You ain't got to lie to me. It's cool. Return to Mac. You lied to me. You ain't got to do all that, man. You know exactly what you getting in Anthony Barr. Y'all have had extensive conversations on Anthony Barr before he signs this. Nobody just shoots dice in the bathroom and just randomly wake up one day and say, you know what? Anthony Barr is going to be a Cowboy. But don't research him until after he gets here and does his physical and gets his jersey and eats his breakfast and gets his cleats, and then we're going to do some research on Anthony Barr. Y'all have a full-ass scouting report on Anthony Barr, and I know this because you know how long and fast he is. Pause. You know how long and fast he is, Dan Quinn. So maybe you don't want to come on the radio and, give up too much information. Maybe you don't want to come on the radio and reveal your hand too soon and be like, well, we're going to keep this a secret. Nah, sir, we know what you up to. We know what you up to. You want to know why? Because on the other clip I just played, Will McClay just said, yeah, Dan Quinn know what he's getting. We about to let Dan Quinn go into the lab and he about to come out and tear some shit up. You know what you getting in Anthony Barr. I ain't that mad. I just don't like being lied to, Dan Quinn. It's all good, brother. We love you. We love what you did last year with this team. And you know how I know Dan Quinn knows exactly what he's going to do with Anthony Barr? Because Voch Lombardi is not an NFL coach, and I know exactly what the hell you do with Anthony Barr. So you ain't got a lot of me, player.